Yeah, and then for some reason his mate was also on the transfer list. And this is where the insanity begins. Preston North End are one of the oldest teams in English football, founded in 1863. In the first Football League season in 1888, Preston actually managed to win all 18 games, winning it completely unbeaten, and then followed that by a FA Cup win the next season. Since then, there hasn't been too much to write home about, except from an FA Cup win in 1938. However, they have had some famous managers down the line. In the early days, they had the great Bill Shankly, and more recently, they had David Moyes, who had a great stint at Preston before going to Everton. However, they have never been in the Premier League. So here's the challenge today. We're going to get Preston into the Premier League. We're going to try and win it at least once. I also want to win 2 domestic cups and finally win one of the 3 European trophies. This might be a bit of a tough task as they are currently not in the best place financially, but can we turn this team around, get them back into the Premier League and winning some silverware? Right, so we've gone a little bit into this season. We've done the transfer window, played 5 games so far and got 10 points, which is not a bad start at all. We lost our first game, bit unfortunate. We lost in the last minute, but then went through in the Carabao Cup, beat Sunderland at home with a last goal minute winner as well. Drew 0-0 with Sheffield Wednesday, isn't the best. Won 3-0 at Swansea, beat Bolton 1-0, and Stoke we beat 3-0 as well. A lot of clean sheets so far, only conceding in our first 2 games and then ain't conceded for 5 games. So pretty good going so far. And that is due to the tactic that I did in a video recently. If you missed it, make sure to check out that video. It'll probably be on the icon in the corner. But yeah, I've slightly changed it to an advanced forward instead of a deep line forward. See if that will help a little bit, because when I did the simulations in that, it weren't too impressive, but playing the game it was really, really good. But yeah, it's a good start so far, and as you probably had seen, we've only made a few signings. Danny Rose has come in just for a bit of cover at left back. Diego Roland's come in, who's actually had a really impressive start, got a 7.4 average rating. He's got 2 man of the matches already from 4 games, and he's got 3 goals and 1 assist. And then we signed a youngster called Kyle John on loan from Everton, just a bit of backup at the right wing back, as we haven't got many players who can play that role. But yeah, quite an impressive start so far. If we do get into the playoffs or automatic promotion, I will be quite surprised, because we haven't really changed the team too much. But let's see how we do. Can we make it out of the championship at the first attempt? Let's see as we simulate to the end of season 1. And the answer is no. Preston North End have finished 13th, 23 points off playoffs. I'm not going to lie, all the top 6 teams have a lot of points, but yeah, that's quite disappointing. A lot of improvement going to be needed for the next season. Quite a decent amount of goals in the team, but maybe the defence is quite weak. Some good assists there from the wing backs. But yeah, some work is definitely going to be needed with this team. Checking out the other cup competitions, FA Cup we got knocked out by Arsenal in the 4th round, which we only lost 2-0, which isn't too bad. And then got knocked out in the Carabao Cup by Ipswich, who finished 5th in the league. So yeah, a lot of work to be done in the transfer window. But yeah, let's see if we can make some moves and really bolster this squad for the second season. And that's exactly what we did. We made a little bit of money, 6.5 million, selling quite a few players, got rid of Freddie Woodman as well, our starting goalkeeper, for 5 million to West Ham. But the reason for that is we managed to get Castells from Wolfsburg in on a free, which is a mega upgrade. He's a fantastic experienced goalkeeper. I couldn't believe he wanted to join, and it's only 22k a week as well. Brought in Sergio Gomez on loan from Man City to bolster up the left side. Emil Kraft from Newcastle as well on a free, and he started extremely well, getting 3 goals already in 7 games. Another good signing on loan this time, Jamie Donnelly from Tottenham, He's got 7 goals in 7 games so far. And then we've got some squad players like Jack Cork, Matthias Jensen, and Edwards as well, who is one for the future. Got him at a decent price, but yeah, got him in from Arsenal. Nice. I think it's a good signing as long as he grows well. For our centre-back partnership as well, we got in Luke McAnally and Courtney House to go along with him. And furthermore, we signed Andre Gomez to play centre mid. He's a very experienced player, only on 8k a week as well. He's already scored 2 goals in 6 games. He's doing very well. And this is the new look team. Changed the formation a little bit to suit some of the players. Still playing quite a defensive way. Obviously, these wing backs will go forward. These half backs will probably slot in, and it will stay as a 4 at the back. And then we'll just attack with these and these 4 up here in like a triangle formation. Changed it to balance as well from attacking, just to see if that allows us to defend a little bit better, but also counter them on the attack as well. We also signed Dele Alli as well. I forgot about that. Got Dele Alli in from Everton for 350k. Hopefully we can revitalise his career, personally. He's on the bench for us though, but he's played 2 and got 1 goal, so it's good to see. And this revitalised Preston team has had a great start to the season. In the league, we've won 5 and drew 2, and we're through to the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup as well, but we have got Tottenham, so we could go out in the next game. We've also got Leicester in the next league game as well, which could be a loss. But yeah, it's looking a lot more promising. So got some good wins in there as well. 5-0 against Blackpool. 3-1 against Cardiff, who are quite high up at the table. West Brom 3-1 is a good win, and 4-3 against Birmingham. So yeah, cracking start to season 2. Is this a season when we manage to get into the Premier League? I guess we'll find out after we simulate this season. And that's exactly just what we did. Finished 2nd in the league, 83 points. It's actually less than what Sixth got last season, but promotion is promotion. We finished 2nd, 80 goals, 61 conceded. Sunderland sort of ran away with it, very good. Looking at the squad stats then, wing-backs very important, got quite a lot of assists between them. The goals, Edwards stepped up quite well. After we did have Jamie Donnelly, but he sort of just left us halfway through the season. Maybe he wasn't being played in the preferred position. But yeah, promotion. In the Cups, we were knocked out by Bristol City in the FA Cup 4th round, and 3rd round by Tottenham Hotspur. It's the exact same how we did last season. Looking at our budget for next season, we've got nearly 30 million. Decent amount of wage. We've already got 2 players in. Looking at bringing in Anguina as well. A little sneak peek into what sort of signings we are making next season. But yeah, I think it's going to be tough, because I don't think a lot of players are going to want to join us, but we've just got to make it work. Well, we managed to bolster up our finances a little bit with a few sales. Brought in 7 million. Just a few players gone out. The majority of the players are already at Brighton. Obviously nowhere near good enough for the Premier League, so they had to go. And one of our first signings is Sumare from Leicester. Obviously they didn't come up with us. They've failed to get promotion 2 years in a row, and we got him in for 20 million, which I think is a very good signing. His stats are very good. Obviously he's probably going to play the half-back role in our formation, and as you can see on there, he could probably do it very well. He's going to be our best player. Made a lot of free signings. Got Saito in, who can play the shadow striker role. Silo as well, who can also do the same role. Got Ian Matson in for left back, as Sergio Gomez has gone back to Man City. I probably could have picked up Gomez again, but I just fancied a change. Ian Matson's obviously a very good player, as we know. Got to a Champions League final in real life, and yeah, I thought it'd be a nice. It's a decent contract, not too bad. And we got him in for 12.5 million, so not mega expensive. Now in for centre back, we've got in Sturgeon, 30k a week, pretty good. Got him for 9 million. Hopefully he'll bolster up that centre back role. He probably is now one of our best centre backs, if not our best one. Got Victor Lindelof in on a free, which he's, along with Sturgeon, will be hopefully a good partnership to sort out our defence. He's got very good stats, only 35k as well. Yeah, very experienced international player with 82 caps for Sweden. A couple of more free signings just to bolster up the squad in Riedewald and Isaac Success. And now, lastly, defensive cover for Matson, maybe play a rotational role with him, is Luca Netz. Got him in from Everton, he was at, for 7.5 million, which I think is pretty good. They picked him up for 2.5. But yeah, 7.5, not too bad. Got Sean Longstaff in on a free as well. Good player in the centre of the park. Hopefully can do a bit. Simon Angira as well. He could play, most likely play up top for us. Got good pace. And finally, Connor Bradley on loan to help with Emil Kraft at right back. And that leaves the team looking like this. It's definitely improved a lot. We've reverted back to our original formation just because I think it's a bit more solid defensively, and in the Premier League for the first couple of seasons we're going to need that. So hopefully it holds strong in defence, but we can still counter other teams. And looking at the fixtures so far, we are unbeaten. We drew our first 2 games, 0-0 to Fulham, 2-2 with Southampton, scoring a last minute equaliser. Beat Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup, and then we've got Arsenal in the third round away. And we beat Forest 3-1, which is the games we need to win. So that is a massive, massive win. Got some tough months ahead of us though, but hopefully we can hang on for survival. But let's see if we do that at the end of this season. And we didn't just hang on, we managed somehow to finish 8th. And as we can see there, that means we've got the Conference League for next season, which sets us up for one of our targets of winning one of the European trophies. Because I think realistically that'll be the one we win, if any. So yeah, finished 8th in the league. Knocked out by Bristol City in the FA Cup in the third round, that's not good. Knocked out by Arsenal, we did expect that. As we can see from the league positions as well, we were mid-table the whole time. We didn't really move from 9th and 8th and 10th. The lowest we were was 14th at one stage. And then, yeah, straight up there all the way. We jumped from 10th to 8th on the last game of the season, so these 2 teams must have lost and we won. You see there, we won, beat Chelsea 3-0 after losing 3 games in a row. So let's look at the schedule. Where we left off was Forest. We then beat Brighton away from home, which is good. 3, 4, 5 losses on the bounce, not ideal, but it was a very tough period. A lot of good teams there. Beating Newcastle's good. Lost to Arsenal again. Picking up points against them 3 teams is where we needed it. Lost to Bournemouth isn't great, I think, as they got relegated. 3-0 against Leeds, pretty good. Any standout victories? 4-0 over Brighton, that's pretty. 3-0 over Villa, that's good. 3-2 over Man City, beat Man City in the league. Last minute winner from Ian Matson. The finances now are looking very good. We were a bit unstable in the first couple of seasons, but now 60 million in the white rich as well. And that means for next season we've got 40 million to spend. Probably have to play around with the budget a little bit. Castile's had a very good average rating, 7.12, which is good for the goalkeeper. Ian Matson and Bradley had a very good season as well. Assist wise, Ian Matson was the highest with 11, Bradley with 9. Bradley with 7, sorry. Seiler got 9 and 10 goals as well. That's very good from support shadow striker. And the highest goals was 12 from Isaac Success. Probably need to do a little bit better than that next season, so we might have to look at investing in a striker. But got us 8th in the league, so can't really complain. But yeah, very impressive season, first season in the Premier League. Really good stepping stone for our challenges that we need to do. Obviously now getting European football, this means we're going to have to bolster the squad even further. It looks like we've got a long transfer window ahead of us, so we better get into it. And yes, it certainly was a busy transfer window. A lot of signings made, a lot of money spent. But first, we've sold a few players. We've got Andre Gomez going out, Emil Kraft for 10 million, Dingara going out for nearly 20 million, Ali McCann, Castiles just because of a signing that I got in, Luca Netz is left after a season. He just wanted to go. Couldn't convince him to stay. Dele Alli, obviously not at the standard for the Premier League anymore, and Riedewald the same. So first in we got Zion Suzuki, very good goalkeeper. Got him in on a free from the Belgium team. Also got Vitic in for centre-back, becoming one of our best defenders in the club now. Got him on a compensation as well, only 70k, which is very good for the player he is. Obviously, Conor Bradley had to go back to Liverpool, so now we've got Kyle Walker-Peters in at right back. Very good, experienced player, can definitely play that wing-back role. Now, big signing now, Ebere Eze, play that shadow striker role. A very, very good player, tricky player. We've seen him at the Euros, he is a good player. At Crystal Palace last season as well. In real life, he's obviously done amazing. Now we got a trio of players who were released from the Saudi Arabia clubs. We've got Ruben Neves in, who obviously we know is a quality player. Got Otavio, help out with that shadow striker role. And we've got Gabri Figueira as well, who's obviously a very good player. We've got Dodo in to help out with that right wing back role with Kyle Walker-Peters. Levi Colwill to fight for a place at centre back, really. We got him in on loan. 37.5k a week is pretty good. Got Adam Hoslek in. Don't know if he will start up front, but we haven't got the best striking options, to be honest. But hopefully he can grow. Got him in for 14 million, not a bad price. Got another player in on loan for centre back from West Ham, Mavropanos. Very cheap, and he just looks a decent player. So it's stupid not to get him in. Leif Davis took over Luca Netz's role, just helping to back up on the left wing back side. And we've also got Arthur in on loan from Atletico Madrid to help out with that right wing back role. Mainly because Ruben Neves didn't think there was good enough depth at right wing back, but I've got 3 players in now who are all good Premier League standard, and he's still not happy. So, and this has allowed us to have a great start to the season. Beat Chelsea 2-0. Dele Alli even getting a goal in that game. Sadly, he's gone now. Eze scored his first goal for the club against Manchester United. Otavio got sent off on his first game. Comfortably went through in the Conference League qualifying round. Drew 1-1 to Man City. Beat Leeds 3-2. And then we also knocked Man United out of the Carabao Cup. Looking at our Conference League fixtures as well, should realistically beat all of them. And Lyon is obviously a very good team in here, but we've got them at home, so we probably should win all 6. Yeah, that's a fantastic start to the season. Season 4 now. We really need to start pushing for them domestic cups to help with our challenge. If we can win the Conference League this season, that ticks off a challenge straight away. But yeah, exciting times ahead at Preston. And let's see how we get on in Season 4. Something has definitely been ticked off in the challenges. Although we have had a very poor season in the league, finishing 12th. As you can see there, we have qualified for the Europa League. So that means we've either won the FA Cup or won the Conference League. And Preston North End are Conference League winners already in the 4th season, beaten Bayer Leverkusen 3-0 in the final. In the FA Cup, we were knocked out in the 4th round by Derby County, and Carabao Cup quarter-final by Chelsea. Winning the Conference League really saved us this season, gets us carrying on to where we want to be. But that's first major trophy in the bag. First challenge ticked off for the video as well. Now we just need to try and push up the table and get some domestic cups in as well. Quite a big transfer window was needed after the league performance last season. Got quite a bit of money in with Victor Lindelof, Sato and Edwards going out for a combined 41 million. Silla's gone out as well for 21 million, Success for 2 million. But we have made some pretty big signings. Madueke, we're getting for 9 million. Just a bit of cover, as we have now changed our formation just a slight bit. We activated Mavropanos' buy clause in the loan contract. Also did the same with Levi Colwill. 2 very good signings there, keeping them on from last season as well. Got this guy on a free to play the right wing role and swap around with Madueke. One big signing we did get in, Salvio from Troyes. He's developed incredibly. 5-star for our team. Got Skamaka to go up front. Hopefully he can get a few more goals than we have been getting in the previous years. He's got 3 so far in the Premier League, so not a bad start for him. Got Makuku in for a bit of backup, and Axel Diazy on loan as well to back up the defensive roles. And this has led to us having a very, very, very good start. Played 6 games, won all 6. Played some lesser teams at the minute though, but did beat Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, which is a good start. And now in our Europa League games, we have got Galatasaray, Olimpia, Anderlecht, Shakhtar, Rapid Vienna, this team from Romania, I'm not sure who it is, Red Star, and Roma. Roma's going to be a tough game. And this has left the team looking a little bit like this. We've taken away the libero role just because we probably don't need him stepping into midfield now. Need as much defensive cover as possible. Samare's playing in front of them. Still got the 2 wing backs, but we've got 1 centre attacking mid and 2 wingers to go along with it. And they have started quite well. Eze's also got 4 goals already, which is very good for him. The only one that's struggling at the minute is a Bellarumi. Not too sure why. Maybe needs a bit of adapting time. But yeah, great start to the season. Really need to push on for one of them domestic cups now. Maybe we can break into the top 4 and get some Champions League football. Did we do enough to push into the top 4? I guess we're going to find out. We've only gone and bloody won the Premier League.
What?
What the? We've won the Premier League on 81 points. Tottenham in second with 79. Man City 70 points, 12 losses. 2 against us. We got 9 losses. Liverpool beating us both times. Losing to Fulham, Chelsea. Spurs beat us 4-0, but not many draws, which I guess helped us pick up more points and some quite impressive wins there. We also managed to win the Europa League, which is sensational. Manchester United in the final as well. 4-3, what a game. And we almost completed the treble, but we finished runner-up in the FA Cup. So this season ticks off one more challenge. We've won the Premier League. Only 5 seasons into the 10-year rebuild. We are still yet to get a domestic cup though. I feel like that could be one of the harder ones to tick off. We've got 2 chances at it though, obviously with the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and we've got 5 years to get 2 of them at least. We might also complete a trifecta of the European trophies as well. That's the Conference League and the Europa League both won. We couldn't possibly win the Champions League, could we? So looking at the appearances, 61 games for Suzuki, that's a lot of games. Highest goals, this is more like it. We've got 4 players nearly on 20 goals for the season. Got Salvio 21 goals, 20 assists is fantastic. It's probably what you expect from him though. Eze on 25 goals and 10 assists, playing that shadow striker role. And then Skamaka, 29 goals, exactly what we needed from our striker. We haven't got a lot of money to play with though. Only 25 million after winning the league and Europa League. Not ideal. We have already made a signing for the upcoming season, but I'll leave that until we check at the start of season 6. So here we are after the transfer window, and that signing that we made early was Ardagula, 48 million for Real Madrid. He is looking like a very good player. No brainer really, quite cheap for him. Now looking at the players that have gone out, Ruben Neves has gone for 54 million going up to 69 million. Kyle Walker-Peters for 23 going up to 32, and Ballumi's gone out for 22 as well. But on the ins, we got in Calvin Phillips on a free, Huijmand on a free, Alex Scott on a free, Evan Nielsen on a free, and finally Pedri on a free as well. Some insane free transfers there. Some of the best I think I've ever had. We also brought in David Raya just to help out the goalkeeper's depth. Got in this new gen right back as well, who's 6'4", Esnaola. And we also got in Gabriel from Arsenal for 20 million. And getting in all these players has caused us to change our formation. We've gone to a 4-2-3-1, but we haven't got a right winger, we've just got a shadow striker instead. This is how they want to set the team out. It's probably how I would set it up as well. Very strong team now, a lot stronger than we had last year, and we did win the league last year. I know with probably the lowest total ever, but hopefully we can push on now. And that can sort of be replicated in these results. We've had a lot of hard teams already. We've played Man City 3 times, beat them 3-2, 2-1 and 3-1, beat Liverpool 2-1, won the Euro, South America Club Challenge, had a shock loss to Wolves considering the teams we beat, then got back on the winning side with a 3-1 win against Aston Villa, and then back-to-back games at Ellen Road, both resulting in 2-0 wins. And in our first Champions League group phase, we get quite fortunate and have not too bad of teams. Obviously we've got Napoli, Bayern Munich and Atletico, but there could be worse teams, and the other 5 we probably should win. So can we finally get a domestic cup under our belts? Maybe push for the league again, even though we've ticked off that challenge. And can we complete the trifecta of European trophies with a Champions League win? So we're back at the end of the season now. We can see that we have finished 4th, which is it's not the best, obviously didn't win the league, but we didn't get that many less points this season. But as we can see, we had a great run end to the season. Too many losses, a lot of losses there, and against teams we probably should beat. But only 2 losses at home, scored a good amount of goals, probably conceded a bit too many. But now looking at the other competitions, what? We've gone and won the Champions League. Hold on a minute, player. That's the 3 European trophies in a row. We've beat Napoli 4-3 in the final in extra time. Very exciting game. We actually conceded a last minute own goal to take it to extra time. But then Viguera got a late goal and brought the Champions League to Deepdale. We also won the FA Cup, so that is one of the 2 that we need to win ticked off. Beat Aston Villa 3-1 in the final, went 3-0 up, quite dominant, let them a little bit back into the game, but great season. As you can see from our league positions as well, we were actually quite high, but then had a dramatic drop off and slowly started to raise up again, finishing 4th. Yeah, so we had a really bad period in December, not the best. Well, not too bad in January, but then from there it was pretty good going, winning nearly every game, just lost a few games, drew 1, and that season has left us with 60 million in the bank. And now looking at our best players for the season, Salvio had a great season again, 17 and 24 assists, Gula 12 and 10, Pedri 7 and 10, Figueira 12 and 9, Alex got 9 and 9, Eze 13 and 15, Evan Nielsen 24 up top, and Skamaka 23 up top as well. So we've got 4 seasons left. The only thing we have left to complete is just 1 more domestic trophy. But can we really build this Preston side into a dynasty? Maybe win a few more league titles and maybe get some more European success. So we've had a few players go out with Adam Hoslek, Sturgeon, Calvin Phillips gone out on loan, Longstaff finally left the club, Dodo's gone, Madueke as well has joined him at the same club. We brought in Kefren Turam on a free, a very good free signing again. Jonathan David in on a free just as a bit of backup. We brought in Garnacho as well to play one of the wing roles, as we'll see when we change that. We have changed our formation. And Tamori as well, just to back up the right back and centre back position. And this is a new tactic. We've changed up the roles a little bit. If we pick the best without restriction, this is what we get. Some really good players in here. We haven't had the best start. Lost the Community Shield to Man City 5-2. Won the Super Cup. Lost to Tottenham first Premier League game of the season 3-2. Bounced back with a 5-1 against Everton and a 4-1 against Man United at Old Trafford. And finally, we progressed in the Carabao Cup as well, winning 1-0. Now looking at our group phase, we've got Napoli again, who we had last year and also played them in the final. Newcastle, Dortmund, Lille, Roma, Leipzig, Besiktas and Valencia. I would actually say this is a bit of an easier time than we had last year, so hopefully we'll go through without needing playoff rounds. Let's see if we can get anywhere close to retaining our Champions League title, and can we win another domestic cup? We only need 1 more to complete the challenge, so let's see how we get on. So we're at the end of season 7 now. Finished 4th in the league again, 72 points, very similar to last year. The winners of the league most seasons aren't getting a lot of points. Newcastle win it this year. Few losses at home, which we probably shouldn't lose. Now in the other cup competitions, Champions League was won by PSG. We were knocked out in the playoff round, which is really disappointing considering the group stage we had. We also lost to Lille 4-0 in the group stage, which is not ideal. Finished runner-up in the FA Cup as well. Lost in the final to Liverpool, so that is still yet to be ticked off. We'll have 3 seasons left to win one of these, either this or the Carabao Cup, to complete the challenge. I'm confident we can do it, but we definitely need to improve somewhere. And we were knocked out in the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup by Liverpool as well, so they sort of ruined our season. Looking at the players for the season as well, a lot of goals lost. Salvio only got 7 and 9, so he's had a lot worse of a season. Obviously, it looks like he's been injured probably quite a few times, only playing 29 games. Garnacho had an okay season. Pedri played quite well. Evan Nielsen getting 29 goals, still not quite hitting that 30 mark. But yeah, definitely a lot of improvement needed for season 8 if we really want to push on and solidify the franchise that we are making here at Preston. In season 8, it started with some big transfers. Got Rasmus Højlund in to really strengthen up that striker role, and he has had a great start with 3 goals in 3 games. Zabani's coming as well to be our best centre-back. Pacho's also coming to really strengthen up that centre-back role on a free transfer. Estepinian on a free transfer as well for that left-back role, and Anthony Gordon on a free transfer as well. And we changed the goalkeeper as well. We've got George Jensen in, and we sold Nathan, Skamaka, Jonathan David, Suzuki's gone out, one of the goalkeepers, and Huijsmund. And Gabriel Vieira has gone out on loan as well, with a future fee of 62 million, so got a good profit from him. And these transfers have started very well in the league. We've played 4 games, won 4. Southampton 2-1, Bournemouth 2-0, 5-3 against Wolves, and 4-0 against Leeds as well, so getting a lot of goals in now. Slight change to the tactic. We want to really ensure we've got our attacking players in. So Pedri's come in on the centre mid on attack. We've now got the playmaker in defensive mid. Salvio, Scott and Camacho will most likely make up that front 3. The 2 wingers have now turned into inverted wingers on attack, and the full-backs have changed to a full-back on support and a wing-back on support. Season 8 now, I would like to win some trophies in this season. Definitely need to get that last domestic cup. Were these tactical changes and the transfers enough to let us complete the challenge and win that final domestic cup with 3 seasons to go? And at the end of the season, we're at the pinnacle of the Premier League again, winning with just 82 points. There's one better than when we won it previously, but as you can see, we're up there for a long time. Scored 94 goals this season. It's a lot more than we've scored previously. Arsenal only scored 56. Still conceded quite a few goals, but our goal difference is a lot better. Unfortunately, in the Champions League, we were knocked out by Arsenal in around the 16. FA Cup, we got a tough draw in the 3rd round, being knocked out by Liverpool. And then the Carabao Cup, we lost in the final to Arsenal. At least we managed to win 1 trophy, but we still need to get 1 domestic cup. Now we've only got 2 seasons left to do it, but we are really setting ourselves a good, solid foundation for that. Højlund had a good start to his career at Preston. Getting 18 goals in 26 appearances is very, very good. Looking at the finances now, we have got 73 million to spend, so we've got definitely a lot of money to improve. We signed a youngster halfway through the season called Parry from Colo-Colo in Chile. 5.73 million, and he is an incredible player. Brilliant Chilean wonder kid, only 20. He's going to be here for ages and ages and ages. The position where I think we need to improve, left back definitely needs improving a little bit, but other than that, I can't really see where to improve unless there's like a world class player available. Then it's going to be roughly the same team. So we are back for the penultimate season. I feel like I probably said it was going to be a little bit of a quiet transfer window, maybe a little bit more quiet than it probably should have been. But we got the money for Gabriel Vieira when he went on loan to Juventus, 62 million. Tomori and Gabriel left on a free. Estepina 3 million. Leif Davis 13 million. Samare 5 million. Kefren Turan went for 60 million. He got bids in and wanted to leave, so we ain't going to stop him from not leaving. Vitic went to Seville for 20 million, and Anthony Gordon went for 46 million, raising to 63 million to Chelsea. And this is where the insanity begins. So we said that we needed to improve the left back role, and I feel like I went out and got the best one. Got Alphonso Davies, 75 million release clause, absolutely insane player. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is Vinicius Jr. doing at Preston? Well, he's 31 years old now, still an incredible player, probably in the peak of his career. Real Madrid, for some reason, transfer listed him. I just couldn't resist. We are one of the best clubs in the world now, and I thought, why not? Why not give Vinicius Jr.? He's absolutely incredible, and there's only 2 years left of the rebuild, so the financial repercussions, they don't really matter anymore. Yeah, and then for some reason his mate Rodrigo was also on the transfer list. What? So we signed him as well. A year younger. 2 incredible wingers to go alongside Garnacho and Savio. We've got Ben Seguir. I'm going to say Seguir, Ben Seguir. We got him in on a free, and he is incredible as well for that cam role. So had some amazing free transfers in this save. It just unbelievable what I've been able to get without paying any transfer fees. And finally, we've got in Guavadal.
So, let's not take the piss here.
I certainly wasn't.
Well, I think you are.
From PSG. He's probably the best centre-back in the world and the game, if not. He's definitely top 5, if not the best. Incredible, got him for 120 million, I believe, rising to 120 million. And yeah, it's just created an absolutely insane team. So the tactic is pretty much staying the same, except we're letting Alphonso Davies attack a lot more. This team is insanity, just, yeah, insane. The attacking talent we've got on the pitch now, I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't think we will, but I wouldn't be surprised if we won everything. And that's how it started so far. Beat Arsenal in the Community Shield 2-0, beat Villa 3-1, Bournemouth 4-2, Wolves 3-0, and Newcastle 2-0, who are former Premier League champions. So it's a perfect start to the league so far. And in the Champions League, our 2 boys, the wingers, going back while playing against their former side. Yeah, Real Madrid, Leipzig, Astana, Shakhtar, AC Milan, Lazio, Aston Villa and Bayer Leverkusen. If we don't get through to the round of 16 straight away, I'll be shocked. But will this be the season where we finally wrap up the challenge and then we can go into the last season, no pressure, and just enjoy it? So we are back at the end of season 9 and we've absolutely ran away with the league this season. 94 points, 20 ahead of the next, which is Liverpool. 79 goal difference as well, 116 goals. Biggest total by miles, and 37 conceded. Only dropped points in 2 home games, which is pretty good. And checking out the other competitions as well, we've won the treble. Won the Champions League again, penalties against Barcelona. And we have won the FA Cup, which finally ticks off the challenge. The challenge is complete by season 9. Looking at the stats across the team now, Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo had a good start to Preston. A lot of goals. Højlund got 50 goals, which is incredible. That's season 9 done. We're going into the final season with a free hit. Let's see if we can win the Premier League again, and then win the Champions League as well, cementing us as probably the best team in the world. Season 9 was a massive success. Season 10 is now a free hit, but hopefully we can still win more trophies. We have completed our transfer window for season 10. We sold quite a few players. Berriese, been with us for a long time, is now gone. Pedri's left the club as well. He wanted to leave. He wouldn't sign a new contract, so I thought, I'm not going to stop someone who doesn't want to be here. And the exact same happened with Højlund. He had an absolutely insane season last year, but he wanted to leave, so he has. Real Madrid came calling, and sometimes you just can't stop them going to the Galacticos. Also, our goalkeeper has gone to Liverpool as well, 80 million. As you can see there, pleased to have joined Liverpool. I guess he just wanted to go. But on the ins, we bought this insane regen, 4.5 star, playing at Cam for 15 million. Another regen, De Rosa, for the DM role, he was 75 million. And finally, Pesco as well, another regen. He's going to play that striker role instead of Højlund. He's got insane stats. He looks better than Højlund, so let's see how he gets on. The team's setting up the exact same. I'm actually going to lock him in at striker. He's got 3 goals so far, so he's doing quite well. And let's see what we could do in the final season. So we're at the end of the final season now. We've skipped quite a far forward, and that was because there was a Club World Championship and we had beaten Real Madrid 2-0 in the final. Pesco getting 9 goals, so obviously you could probably see he's had a decent season. We also won the Champions League as well, facing Napoli in the final again, 3-2, after going 3-1 up as well. All the goals in the first half. And finally we won the league as well. Not as good as last season, but still 10 points clear. Just a lot more draws this season, still quite a lot of goals, roughly around the same goal difference as well. Unfortunately, we did get knocked out in the FA Cup early by Sheffield United, 2-1. And in the Carabao Cup, we lost on pens to Liverpool. Looking at Pesco as well, he actually got 36 goals in his first season at the club, which is pretty good going. 20 goals in the league. Vinicius Jr. had a good season as well, not as good as his first one, but still very good. He is getting older. Looking at the club information as well, there I am at the top of the legends list. I mean, if I wasn't, it would be quite upsetting after everything I've won at the club.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
My assistant manager as well is also one of the favoured people. We've got Salvio in the icons, Ian Matson in the icons as well. This rebuild has been an absolutely insane one. We've won plenty of trophies. We've won Conference League, 1 Europa League and 3 Champions Leagues, totaling 5 European trophies altogether. We've won 4 Premier Leagues and we've also won the FA Cup twice, totaling 11 major trophies in 10 seasons. For a club starting in the Championship with not a lot of money, I think that's an incredible rebuild. This rebuild has been insanely fun. Good to try loads of new players and getting to use some of the best players in the world as well. And lastly, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Check out some other videos on the channel as well. And make sure to subscribe to keep up with future rebuilds or other videos like my recent tactic video. I currently want to get to 100 subscribers, so anyone that can subscribe means a whole world to me. But yeah, that's the end of the Preston rebuild. We'll catch you in the next one.